So we are less than a month away from the release of Tomb Raider 4, 5, and 6 Remastered. And recently we got an amazing and exciting update regarding the restored content that will be included in Tomb Raider Angel of Darkness, aka Tomb Raider 6. And I'm so excited to review this update with you guys. But first, let me talk a little bit about the history behind Tomb Raider Angel of Darkness. There's no doubt that getting a remaster for these three games is an amazing thing in the first place. But getting a remaster for Tomb Raider Angel of Darkness in particular is a dream come true, and it was the star of the show for this upcoming remaster. This is due to the fact that it was a very ambitious project at the time, but it ended up being the black sheep of the series and the final nail in the coffin of the development team Kur Design. One of the challenges that Kur struggled with during the 3 years of development was that they had first to create a completely new engine to work in their ambitious project so that they could compete on the new generation of platforms. And that was a very tricky challenge for the team that was accustomed to working on the same engine in their previous 5 games. And they were under intense pressure from Eidos to get the game ready for release in the summer of 2003 to coincide with the new Tomb Raider movie, The Cradle of Life. In addition to many conflicts, loss of direction and delays, the 3 years of development were not enough to fully complete the game as planned. So they had to scrap a lot of ideas and cut a lot of content. And in the end, the final product was incomplete and full of bugs and plot holes. But at least they have enough time to put in a boob jiggle. Despite all its problems, Tomb Raider Angel of Darkness was a masterpiece, with its unique atmosphere, story elements, and amazing music. And for die-hard fans like myself, Angel of Darkness has a special place in our hearts, and brought us some of the most memorable moments in the series. It really tried to push the boundaries of the series and brought many new elements for the first time, such as stealth, melee combat, RPG elements, and strength building mechanics.
I feel stronger now.
In addition to many iconic locations, outfits, and dialogues.
You unsavory little runt.
You have a nasty mouth, lady.
It's worth mentioning that a full novel was written with a detailed story and characters, and it was planned that Angel of Darkness would be the first chapter in a trilogy. One of the most important new characters that Angel of Darkness brought was Kurtis Trent, the first playable character alongside Lara Croft. Well, actually I was one of those who was annoyed by the presence of another playable character in a Tomb Raider game that it's not Lara Croft. But Kurtis quickly grew on me. He was the perfect match for Lara as a male character, and the two were like two sides of the same coin, as he also sassy, confident, and fun, and he was also able to outdo Lara sometimes. Speaking of which, Lara herself, her personality, and the way she looked in Angel of Darkness was more than amazing. She is sassy, reckless, and fun as always.
If I had a coconut for every time some lunatic said something like that.
And her model here is one of the best she's ever looked. Now that I've explained to newcomers or anyone who wasn't familiar with Angel of Darkness past, let's review the update and let's see if they're gonna make Tomb Raider Angel of Darkness great again. So here we go, first thing first. So here a briefing of the story of the Angel of Darkness, so I'm gonna leave that for you guys until you get your hands on the game and experience the story for yourself. And here I like that they actually mentioned Saber, because Aspire is always that taking the attention and the spotlights and all the appreciation for those remasters, while Saber is actually the development team, and that team who had die-hard fans from Tomb Raider community who working in these remasters. So I'm glad to have a mention for Saber here. And actually here there is a line that really grabbed my attention, because it says that here's a list of some of the restored content included in the Angel of Darkness. So does that mean that the restored content that mentioned in this update is not everything we will be getting? This is very interesting, guys, because there's a huge amount of content that been cut from the game and they really want everything back. So first, the controls. Let's see about the controls. As with the previous remastered games, players can choose between tank and modern controls. Yeah, this is a very important point, guys, because I always recommend tank controls for the classic games, but the controls of Angel of Darkness was pain in the ass and they really need to be fixed, and I'm so glad and I'm welcoming this change actually. One of the things that was so annoying about the original controls of Angel of Darkness, that every time you want to move Lara from standing position, she have to walk few steps before she starts running. And that's always puts you in a lot of trouble, especially if you want to jump quickly or you want to run away from the enemies. So I'm so glad that they are breathing a new life into them. And I also can see here that Lara can shoot while jumping, because in the original game as well, when you are shooting and you want to do the iconic acrobatic moves, she stops shooting until she finishes her jump, which make no sense, and it just kills the vibes of Tomb Raider and the acrobatic Lara Croft. And she also can shoot from around corners in stealth mode. This is also something that been cut from the original game, and we saw that in the early commercials that Lara can hide and shoot from behind the corners, and yeah, they are bringing that back. This is amazing, guys. This is really amazing. And one other thing that they are restoring, but I don't see that they are mentioning that here, which is Lara gonna be able to use her dual pistols now, because in the original game as well, in the early alpha or something, we saw Lara using her dual pistols, but in the original game or the final product, she never used her dual pistols, and that was very disappointing for me back in the day, because that was the first game ever when Lara never used her dual pistols. So I'm sure that in this remaster they're gonna restore her dual pistols, which is also amazing and iconic. So move to Kurtis Trent, and here we had a screenshot for his new model, which looks amazing, and everything looks awesome. But I have just one comment about this, that his face looks quite different than his original design in the game. I really liked his original design in the game, and I wish that they just enhanced his look instead of changing his whole face. Maybe in the actual game he will look more like himself, or maybe the angle of the camera here makes him look different. I don't know, but that's still amazing. So Kurtis Trent as well had psychic abilities, and he controls this disc-like blade that's called Shirugai, and we saw that only in the cutscenes. Like, he used all this cool and amazing abilities in the cutscenes, but when you get to actually play him, he's so tanky and he's so bulky, and his control is even worse than Lara Croft herself. So I'm glad that they are as well breathing new life to his controls, and he also can create a shield from his psychic abilities. That's awesome. So he can use the Shirugai just when he out of bullets or anytime. That's something not really confirmed. And now he can sprint like Lara and shoot from around corners while in stealth mode. This is also something that wasn't available for Kurtis Trent. But there is something that you play in Kurtis in a very small portion of the game. Like, he didn't have very much time when you play him. It's just one small portion, which is a very cool and amazing part of the game though, because the game all of a sudden turns into a survival horror game when you play with Kurtis Trent. So I'm not sure if they're gonna expand his gameplay, or it just they're gonna keep the same thing. I'm not sure, but yeah, I still can't wait to see. So the Parisian backstreet training area, as well, in the original game there was a training section at the beginning of the game, like any other Tomb Raider game, when you get to learn the stealth controls and the melee combat and all this new element that they added. And for some reason that been taken away from the game. And when you start playing, Lara tells you a little bit about her controls, but then you need to use your fortune telling abilities to know how she can crouch and stealth and all these things. So it's awesome to add this for the newcomers, and for those who are gonna experience the game for the first time, they're gonna have this training area that's gonna prepare them for what's coming. And I also see that they fixed her model here. Yeah, that looks better than the trailer. Yeah, it says here that in the original Angel of Darkness, the backstreet level hide an unfinished training area where player could learn the commando crawl ability, which was never taught elsewhere in the game. Yeah, and this route is also optional. You can escape it and you can go through it, which is also cool. Purchasable items from Rennes Pawnshop and the Herbalist. This is also something was so weird in the original game, because Lara had the ability to collect valuable items, but they stays in her inventory for the entire game. And there's that section when she was bidding in a fight club or something, and she's bidding in someone's golden watch, and she needed that watch so bad. And then I remembered I was keep repeating the bidding until she won, and they got that watch. but that watch as well stayed in her inventory for the entire game for no reason. So now we're gonna get the chance to sell those items and get money, which is also another thing. In the original game, I didn't feel that the money was a struggle. Like, she always had enough money to buy the thing that she wanted. I don't know if they're gonna make this more practical and effective this time. Yeah, the Willow Tree Herbalist, I remember getting to his store and I talked to him a little bit, but then there's nothing happened. Like, it's obviously that there was something missing there. So now he had a more significant role than simply providing Lara with information. Lara is able to purchase healing items such as first aid kit and poison antidotes. That's cool. That's very cool, because yeah, his role was broken in the original game and you can just escape him entirely and just move on. Like, you don't need to visit his store in the original game. Unused voice lines, notebook notes, and inventory items. Various voice lines from Lara and Kurtis have been restored. Okay, I didn't know that there was voice lines been cut in the first place, but this is cool and amazing because we're gonna get to hear more lines from Janelle Elliott, which is one of the most iconic voice actresses for Lara Croft. She's one of the most iconic. Actually, I like them all. I like all the voice actresses for Lara. But Janelle Elliott, I think she started voicing Lara since Tomb Raider 4. Yeah, in Tomb Raider Last Revelation, in Tomb Raider Chronicles, and in Angel of Darkness. It was Janelle Elliott. So providing more context to help player better understand the story and offer additional hints. Cool. Easy to miss in the original game, Werner von Croy's notebook now opens automatically the first time Lara wakes up in the derelict railway carriage, containing crucial story and puzzle related information. The notebook has been updated with new entries that are added as the game progresses. Cool. So yeah, like the notebook here is kind of cool element that they added in Angel of Darkness, because Lara can write down crucial information and leads like for the puzzles and where to go next and these things in that notebook, and you can like examine it every time. And I remember that some of the puzzles requires you to look into the notebook to get hints and information. Additionally, some inventory items have been restored, such as Von Croy's cane, which holds a secret that can only be unlockable in the inventory. Is that meant to be in the original game, or this has just been added for the remaster? Because now I'm just gonna move into what's been cut originally from the game, and there is a very important inventory item that's been taken away from the game, and it's related to the ending of Tomb Raider Last Revelation. So yeah, let me just read those last two lines. These are just a few examples of the restored content in the remastered version of Tomb Raider Angel of Darkness. To uncover more, join Lara in her darkest adventures in Tomb Raider IV-VI Remastered, releasing in February 14th. So there is still more. I'm so excited, guys. Oh my god. Now let me review, guys, with you what's been cut originally from the game, and we can compare what they restored and what's we could expect. So I'm reviewing the deleted content through Lost Media Archive. So first here there's like the story behind the Angel of Darkness development and the struggle that core design went through and why there was a deleted content. But the most important part is the cut content itself. So first we had Lara Croft wielding her iconic dual pistols, was seen in the early trailers. So that's been restored to the upcoming remaster and been confirmed. Kurtis Trent, the second playable character created for the game, would have had his Shurugai blade as a usable weapon. That's also been confirmed. Many inventory objects such as a GPS, a cell phone. Also included was a magical amulet that would somehow be a part of the game's strength building mechanic. Well, this is very important. So this magical amulet is actually an ancient Egyptian scarab, and it is related to the ending of Tomb Raider The Last Revelation, but I will be talk about this shortly. An animation of Lara hiding in a trash bin. So this must be a part of her stealth and hiding mechanics, but I'm not sure if they are restoring this in the upcoming remasters or not. The Parisian ghetto level was to be twice as big as the final level. So the first section of the game was meant to be larger. Maybe part of that is the training section, not sure. An alternative route through the first level. So yeah, this is the training section and that's been restored already. Extra rooms in the Louvre catacombs. So there was more rooms in the Louvre catacombs that also been scrapped. An explanation for how Lara survived the events of Tomb Raider The Last Revelation. This is take us back to that magical amulet. This includes Putai, a North African shaman who nursed her back to health. Putai was cut from the game, yet her character bio was featured in the official website. Here there is a spoiler alert for the ending of Tomb Raider The Last Revelation, so you can skip this part if you don't want to spoil the ending. Well, in the ending of Tomb Raider 4 The Last Revelation, Lara gets stuck inside the Great Pyramid and it's collapsed upon her. And she considered dead in the events of Tomb Raider Chronicles. And all of a sudden in Tomb Raider Angel of Darkness, she's alive and there's so far no explanation how she survived that event. But initially in the first plan for Tomb Raider Angel of Darkness, there meant to be an opening cutscene that explains what's happened and how she survived that incident. And this cutscene is also exists actually, so let's watch it together.
Give me your hand, child. No!
You have unique strengths, Lara. Learn to trust them.
But how will I remember, Putai?
Whenever your need is strong, remember the amulet. It will help you to learn.
The past still troubles me.
Have patience. Whatever is useful from the past will come to you as you need it. For now, learn what you must with each new situation.
I will learn, Putai.
There is a great darkness ahead of you, Lara. Remember the amulet and use your strength wisely. You are ready.
Where are you?
Where I have always been. Remember the amulet.
Well, this is actually so interesting because the cutscene is already exists and I'm not sure if they're gonna restore this in the upcoming remaster or not. But actually they should, because it really explains a lot. And for me personally, I really want everything to be restored already. So next, a German castle level, Lara would learn more about the history of Eggheart, the main antagonist, as well as obtaining the Periapt shard, a weapon needed to kill him, which mysteriously appears in her inventory halfway through the game. So yeah, this is another thing, guys. So as I remember, in order to defeat the last boss, she need to collect 3 shards. So one of them is already included in the original game. She collected it after the Louvre section. But the other 2, they just mysteriously appears in her inventory. One of them is meant to be in the Germany section, which been scrapped entirely. There's also a whole section in Turkey that been cut out from the game. And Turkey been hinted multiple times during the game where Lara will go there in some point, but that's also been scrapped. Next, a scene that explains how Lara knew Carol, the right-hand man of the main antagonist, and the twist villain of the game. So yeah, there's a character in the name of Carol in Tomb Raider Angel of Darkness, and through the game you can tell that they knew each other. So there was a scene that explained their past relationship, and it's also been cut out. Possibly a scene explaining the fate of Gunderson, a mercenary leader forgotten about by the end of the game. So yeah, there's another character in the name of Gunderson who has a presence in the game, and then all of a sudden the game ends and there's no more information about what happened to him and any explanation about this character. Kur had originally intended for Angel of Darkness to be the start of a new trilogy of games. Due to its failure, any future Tomb Raider games from Kur were cancelled. Unfortunately, Kur developers claimed that Angel of Darkness was the first few chapters of a book they wrote. So yeah, as I mentioned before, there was like a novel been written and it's planned to be a trilogy, and unfortunately we didn't see that. So yeah guys, I really hope that they could have the time to restore all this, because there's a lot of this content that already exists and a lot of those levels that's already built in a 3D models and everything is there. And they have the engine, they have the data, they have everything. So I hope that they surprise us and we get the whole experience of Angel of Darkness. And maybe in the future we get the rest of the trilogy. That would be awesome. So I had here more information from Tomb of Ash. And huge shout out for Tomb of Ash, because this guy contributed a lot to the Tomb Raider community and he created a lot of content for Angel of Darkness. And he also worked on a project in the name The Myth of El Hawa. It's also explaining what's happened after the events of Tomb Raider Last Revelation. You can check out his content, he's great. So here's one of the screenshots that you can unlock when you collect all the secrets in Tomb Raider Chronicles. And those meant to be a teaser for the upcoming project, which is Angel of Darkness. And this screenshot in particular is from the German castle that's been scrapped. And here this picture also from Turkey section. Yeah guys, see all this 3D content that been worked on and been scrapped. It's just a shame if we don't get all this. Yeah, this is obviously from Turkey. It looks like the texture of Turkey section. This is also from the underground tunnels in Turkey. This one perhaps is from the German castle or from Turkey section, I'm not sure. This is from Turkey section as well. So yeah guys, again, I really wish that they could bring all this back. It's gonna be a huge surprise and I'm so excited actually to see what they're gonna surprise us with. So it's really exciting news and I really can't wait to put my hands in these games, and I'm actually excited for Tomb Raider Last Revelation, Chronicles, but my most excitement are going towards Angel of Darkness, because this is actually gonna be the first time that we're gonna play the game the way that it's meant to be. Even if they didn't restore all the cut content, but it's still gonna be a fresh experience for a game that we all love. And I'm actually feeling that I wanted to play Angel of Darkness first. So let me know guys in the comment section, what game are you excited the most in this upcoming remaster? And this was my breakdown for the cut content and restored content. I really hope that you enjoyed it. And as always, if you liked this video, please don't forget to like and subscribe and leave your thoughts in the comment section down below. And thank you so much for watching. I will be seeing you in the next video. Until then, just stay safe and have a wonderful day.